Hey everybody, welcome. It's great to be here. Thank you for joining us. Seen some activity in the chat. For anyone who's joining us live, please share in the chat. Where you're joining from. We always love to see who's joining. Got a couple people from the East Coast chiming in. Nice to see you, Emily. Nice to see you, Marcia. Thank you all for being here. So my name is Stu Jernigan. I work for WeVideo. I'm an education specialist with WeVideo, and I'm excited to share with you all today our April Creative Challenge. I have the pleasure of designing these challenges, so that's a lot of fun, and it's always exciting to then get to share them with you all. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can share with you all what we've got today this month for you all. So you guys can always access the creative challenges via wevideo.com/creative dash challenges. And we post the new creative challenge for the month on the first of the month every time. So we've got April's creative challenge here. April's Creative Challenge centers around celebrating Earth Day all month. We have a variety of activities that you can choose from. Usually we have sort of one activity, but this time we decided to include a number of activities. You can run one of these activities in your class. You can run all of the activities in your class. It's up to you. But we invite educators to submit media created by students in your class for these challenges for a chance to win prizes. Um, so I want to share with you what the challenges are or the activities are for this creative challenge centering around Earth Day and Earth Month this month. So the first one is this animated graphics activity, and this one invites students to use WeVideo to create a 30-second digital advertisement for an environmental campaign. They can pick the topic, the environmental issue, something that they're interested in, and we encourage you to have fun and get creative. And we also encourage educators to complete these challenges and share to social. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. I created an example here about sharks. One of my good friends loves sharks, so I thought, I'll make it about sharks and send it to him. He'll get a good kick out of that. So here's my example I'll share with you of my 30-second digital advertisement about protecting sharks. Okay, there's my example. I had a lot of fun creating that. Actually, I went through several iterations as I was creating that. Initially, I had included our transparent text overlaid over the whole thing, so there was sort of this transparent white background with the letters showing through, and then you could see sort of the sharks swimming around. But I decided to remove that. I thought it was a little bit more fun, and then I kind of changed it around so that the sharks are actually swimming around the letters, and I thought that was kind of a fun effect for this one. And then dropped in those letters for protect sharks, stop the fin trade. And I also, wanted to play around with music. We often think of sharks as sort of in like the cultural lexicon as being, scary predators. So I wanted to kind of start off with that and then transition into, some more like lighthearted music that might sort of signify building empathy for sharks. So those are some of the design choices that I made when I created that. I thought I would just show you kind of what this looks like in the editor. So this is that project built out. And so you don't have to do this, but I decided to actually make a different track and a different text block for each letter. So you can see I've got the S, H, A, R, K, and S there. And what I did to create that, this kind of like drop-in effect here, and then the blinking letters there. I wanted to kind of share how I created that. So I went into our text here and I used one of our motion text options. I believe, let's see. Oh, there's the one. Okay, so I use this trailer cut, which has this kind of bounce in effect. And then I just didn't use the bottom row. So if you just delete that row, it takes that text away. I created the letter, uh, increased the font size, of course. Um, let's do, oops. Here, I'll just bring this font size up this way. So increase the font size, and you can also kind of increase the font size this way. Uh, change the actual font that I was using, and then change the color. So I went down and selected like a custom color, and then I just copied, and once I got it the way that I wanted, I just copied and pasted that letter and then dragged it to the track above. And then I just had it, I wanted these to enter at different times. So I just had it uh, start slightly later, change this next letter to an H and move it over where you want it. Um, and then you get this neat kind of bouncing effect. And so I just did that for all of the letters in this graphic. So I thought I'd show you that because I thought that was kind of a fun technique. You don't have to do it that way, but you know, that is a way that you could do it. And then I just had different tracks for the other words that came in. I used an in with a whisper for those ones, and then just changed the text color to gray, so they were a little bit more sort of translucent, a little more faint. And then I used for the swimming sharks, I used this green screen shark video. And so if you search the stock media library, you can search for like green screen shark, and there's some fun options that show up. And so I just added 2 of these so that I'd have 2 swimming around. And then I also, um, made some splits. So you'll notice this is kind of a trick. So I wanted the sharks to swim in front of the letters and then swim behind. And so I had to just change the letters. So you'll notice like this shark clip is actually longer. So I had just used the split tool to split this clip, and then I dragged the other part of that clip down here so it was in a layer below the letters so that it would appear behind the letters. So right where that split happens is where that shark on the right swims behind the letters. You can kind of see like that. So that's how I did that, was just splitting the green screen clip, and then moving one portion of it when it was I split it where the shark was gonna swim behind the letters, and then moved the later portion of that down to a lower track. And that's how I got that effect. And then the other thing I did here that I thought was kind of fun, if you'll notice, I'll play this, you'll notice there's kind of like a static image on top. You can especially see over the letters. So I just added an overlay. So if you go to extras here and explore overlays, you can, there's believe it was this one. Let's see. Let me put, I'll just move this stuff around, just make sure this is the one. Yeah, so that's the one you can see with the kind of static images there. So I just overlaid that on top, and that overlay allows you to see what's below it, but just adds this kind of animation on top. So that's how I created that. And then I just have a couple audio tracks for the music. That's kind of the friendlier music running through, and then the shark music, which I had found using the stock media library. I think I might have searched shark for that. Let's see. Little Jaws. So yeah, so that's how I created that. And you could export this as a when you're done, you could export this as a video like I did. You could also export this as a GIF and just have this kind of animated graphic that repeats, and that can be a fun way to run this activity too. So that's how I created this graphic. For all of these activities, they're all in the assignment ideas library, and there is a link for each of these activities that will take you to the assignment ideas library. So this one is linking directly to this Earth Day Creative Challenge. I will just I'm going to just pull this up in another window to show. Find a library full of ready-made projects and activities for students to create media. And so this animated graphics one here is here, Earth Day Creative Challenge animated graphics. And if you want to assign this to students, it's got the example video here. It has some slides that invite students to make a copy of the slides. You can use this to facilitate the activity in class, or they can use this as sort of like a self-guided resource to plan their video and create their video. So this is going to walk them through the steps of reading the project description, analyzing the example. What are the strengths of this example? How can it be improved? What ideas do you get for your own creation? If you want them to research an environmental issue or a conservation issue and take notes, there's some resources for them to do that. Then they can storyboard to plan their animated graphic. And then there's a nice tutorial here showing them how to create motion graphics in WeVideo. Um, so you could also share them the tutorial that we just went through. That'll be on YouTube as well. And then finally, you all can share your graphics with each other. Maybe you even launch a campaign around the school around environmental issues. And there's a rubric here too that you can modify or use or allow students to use to self-assess. So all of the activities, like I said, that are listed here are in the assignment ideas library. They all come with a slide like that. And uh, if you want to assign that, you can just save the draft to a class and then jump over to your class once you've created your classes, and then just go ahead and you can edit the assignment if you'd like, or go ahead and publish it um, or assign it, and then students will be able to log in, access that assignment, and then work on the assignment and turn it in. The nice thing about using this classroom flow and using the assignment from the assignment ideas library, in addition to the fact that there are all those resources there that are sort of turnkey resources ready for you to use, um, students can just turn in their media and you'll have all that media gathered for you right in WeVideo. There's no need to send elsewhere, put into folders or anything like that. It'll all be organized for you right here in WeVideo Classroom. So the other assignments or the other activities that we have that are part of this creative challenge include this science documentary project. So this one would be creating a 1 to 2 minute video about environmental issue that you're passionate about, and then informing your audience about the problem, why it's important, and what we can do to solve it. So again, students would choose an environmental issue, research it, take notes, write a script, create a video, and then hopefully share that with an audience. We've got a great example video here that comes from one of the KQED Youth Media Challenges that they run. And so you can check that out. This is a great video about um, innovative solutions for growing our food to help solve climate change. Love that example. Another activity we've got is this Planet Earth style documentary. And so this invites students to create a short mini documentary, 1 to 2 minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, celebrating the rich biodiversity on Earth, similar to the BBC series Planet Earth. And so the idea here is to help students sort of develop their understanding of how special this planet is and how unique it is, and develop their sense of desire to protect it. And then finally, we have a solar system project. So we have the total solar eclipse that's going to cross North America, passing over coming up on April 8th. And so this project is designed to help students understand what's happening and develop a greater appreciation for what's happening on that day by researching the solar system and creating a short 2 to 3 minute mini documentary about the solar system. Again, this activity is in the assignment ideas library, and I will share we'll share one more video here, a quick video of example for the solar system project. Our solar system began 4.6 billion years ago when a cloud of gas and dust collapsed. It is one of 500 solar systems in our galaxy, the Milky Way. Our solar system includes 8 planets orbiting around one star, the Sun, a massive hot ball of plasma that makes up 99% of the total mass of the solar system. Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun, is the smallest planet in our solar system, only slightly larger than Earth's moon. From the surface of Mercury, the Sun would appear more than 3 times as large as it does when viewed from Earth. The second planet from the Sun, Venus, is the hottest planet in our solar system. It has a surface hot enough to melt lead. Next up is our very own Earth, the only planet in the known universe capable of sustaining life. Mars, the red planet, gets its color from iron in its soil that has turned to rust. Mars has 2 moons and may have sustained life about 3.7 billion years ago. Jupiter, the king of planets, is the 5th planet from the Sun. It's by far the largest planet in the solar system, at more than twice the size of all the other planets combined. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is a giant storm bigger than Earth that has raged for hundreds of years. Up next is Saturn, the jewel of the solar system. Saturn is the 2nd largest planet in our solar system. It takes 29 Earth years for Saturn to orbit the Sun. The 7th planet from the Sun, Uranus, the original ice giant. It's the 3rd largest planet in our solar system, at 4 times wider than Earth. Neptune is the 8th and furthest planet from the Sun. It has 16 moons. Too far from Earth to see with the naked eye, it was the first planet to be discovered using mathematical calculations. All right, so that video is a lot of fun to create, and I'm gonna see if I can show you all. Might have created that in a different account. So that video. Oh, I think I found it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that video is created entirely with media from the stock media library in WeVideo. So if you search like solar system, for example, or search Jupiter or whatever, you'll find a lot of media that can be used to create a documentary like that. And so this is all of the media that I had in my project bin that all came from the stock media library and WeVideo, which is all royalty free to use. You can see I used a few different styles of animated text to create this project. Some transitions in there to kind of make it a little bit more visually stimulating, and then a voice recording to narrate the project itself here, which is created just by using the narrate tool up here. As long as you're on the project bin, you can access the narrate tool and record a voice recording of your script. So I did like some research, took some notes, wrote a script, used the voice recorder to record that, and then started gathering media from the stock media library and building my sequence. And so to gather my media, I just went through And instead of immediately dragging media down to the timeline, I right clicked on the media and clicked share to project, just to gather my media in the project bin. So then I could see, okay, here's all the media that I have that I think is great for making this video about the solar system. Now I can choose from that media, the sequence that I want to use for my video. So I did that. And then the other thing was just kind of like changing up the music as we went through the video just to keep it interesting. Like here, when I switch to Jupiter, I think, or yeah, Jupiter, you'll notice like a music change years ago. Jupiter. And I just tried to line those up so that they were like on beat. So like um, as sort of like the music from one was returning to the one beat, I tried to start the next song on the one and have it just continue rhythmically. That was just one thing I did on that. So yeah, so those are the 4 activities, and they are designed, like I said, for you to be able to pick and choose. You can run one activity or you can run them all together. They're designed to help students understand the context of Earth in relation to the cosmos, to understand the biodiversity, the rich biodiversity that we have here on Earth, and develop an appreciation for our environment and the need to preserve it and its uniqueness, to then explore environmental issues and the ways in which that rich biodiversity is threatened by a variety of environmental issues, and to research the solutions to those issues, how we can help solve those problems, and then to create a 30-second digital advertisement. So to develop youth's voice around learning how to use digital media to persuade and move people to action around the issues that they care about. So it's helping to develop students' sense of voice, their ability to communicate with video, to amplify their voice, and their sense of civic engagement, and sense of agency around these issues that are critically important to them. So yeah, these assignments are all in the assignment library. There is a tutorial video here, but each of those activities in the assignment ideas library has a more specific tutorial video that's relevant to that activity. And then there's a submission form. So again, educators can submit student media for a chance to win prizes. We choose a winner every month and announce that on social media and send swag and to your class for your students to enjoy. So students have been pretty excited about winning these. And then we encourage you to create your own media as educators and share that media to social media. You can use the hashtag #WeVideoCreative and tag it WeVideo so we can repost and celebrate your work. And that's a great way to share your work and connect with the WeVideo educator community online. We also have some past creative challenges, so you can always check those out too, just as fun things to activities to run in your class at any time of the year, and you can always make it a challenge within your classroom or your school or your district, even if the month has passed for our creative challenge. So that is it for what I wanted to share with you all today. I encourage you all to go to wevideo.com/creative challenges, where you'll find links to all these resources, and wish you all the best of luck. Happy creating, and can't wait to see what you all create and share with us.